To see how that can be bedded in across two halves with effectively these two different 11s plus a couple more to boot.
Yeah, well, he's a 4-2-3-1 protagonist, and I think he'll go with that today. It'll be interesting to see how the midfield lines up, because Emile Smith-Rowe is in there, and Joe Willock and Ainsley Maitland-Niles will have a Greek centre.
The Staffy, Callum Chambers, Jeff Wren Adelaide, Eddie Nketiah, Carl Jenkinson, Emi Martinez, Lucas Perez, Matteo Guendouzi, Sead Kolasinac and Chiba Akpom. Some strong names there as well.
Yeah, and a few notable absentees. I suppose top of that list is Bernd Leno. He's not here today. Unai Emery has so many goalkeepers at his disposal. I suppose the thinking is, number one, he started training a bit later.
Nelson attacks the space and gets there first. Shot from distance and an absolute beauty. And Arsenal have got their first goal of the Unai Emery era. One quick look. Is the man who scores it. Boreham 0, Arsenal 1.
Well, he's wasted no time in showing us what he's all about. Wonderful Henry-esque curler into the far corner. Lacazette went over to celebrate and just clapped him. Just applauded his teammate. Wonderful technique. Keeper, no chance, and that nestles into the top corner. What a start.
Aubameyang up and running for the campaign. Emery up and running with his first goal, and crikey, stretched and maybe brush the bottom part of the shoulder. Only a half appeal from the Gunners. Arsenal more than happy to come from open play once more. Wonderful piece of skill. And an absolutely brilliant second goal. It's another goal from Aubameyang, and made in quite scintillating fashion down the right-hand side with a super run from Ainsley Maitland-Niles. What a goal. Boreham 0, Arsenal 2.
Well, that goal was all about Maitland-Niles. Interplay with Reece Nelson, and then he just danced past one player. Very confident play from Maitland-Niles. Looked up, picked out his teammate Aubameyang coming in the far post. He won't miss those. Very simple for us.
In play, here is to Boreham, back to Reece Nelson, another player impressed with his first team opportunities last season. Another appeal for a penalty, and this one is a penalty. Really intelligent run as Nelson cut back in for the 1-2. And Femi El Samani, one of those Boreham Wood debutants, sold himself very short.
Yeah, it was a bit of a coming together, but Nelson had made the run beyond him, and surprise, surprise, it's Aubameyang who will step up and try and complete that hat-trick.
Just after 15 minutes played, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is looking for that hat-trick. What a statement so far. Slap of Craig Ross's gloves as he tries to prepare to keep this out. Former Borussia Dortmund man. Record signing, of course, surpassing Lacazette last season. Can he get that hat-trick? The answer is emphatically yes into the corner. A rocket of a penalty. It's like Harry Kane at the World Cup for England, right into that top left corner. No chance for Ross. It's a hat-trick for Aubameyang. Boreham 0, Arsenal 3.
Unerring into the top corner. Keeper went the wrong way, wouldn't have got there anyway, really. It was such venom.
Well, he barely broke sweat as he shook the striker off, won the ball back and played it back out wide. Not such a good moment there, though, as Arsenal perhaps over-elaborate slightly at the back. And Boreham would have got a chance for their first goal. Cech makes the initial save, and in the end the follow-up is just wide. By far Boreham Wood's best chance of the game for their new Irish midfielder Connor Smith. Arsenal do well to keep it out in the end.
Well, it was too casual. Socrates was guilty of being too casual on the touchline, and that's where the danger came from. And it took a lucky deflection.
In front of our vantage point, takes the ball around Ferrier with ease, but Arsenal give the ball away again. And here is Ferrier. Could have gone down, stayed on his feet, fine run. Cech's interception was vital, actually, as Balanta was waiting to poke the ball home. Not for the first time, Peter Cech has earned his corn in this game. Now Emile Smith-Rowe with a delightful jink as he takes the ball over the top of the Wood defence. Wonderful through ball. Aubameyang looking for number 4. Oh, caught in two minds. The cross shot. Lacazette waiting, and it was neither in the end. Round one player once more. Field to Nelson. Barron screaming for the ball, he gets it. Here is Lacazette, delays his cross. Will this be number 4? Oh, what a wonderful goal! Reece Nelson gets onto the score sheet, he's in on the act with number 4. Brilliant play from Lacazette down the right-hand side. The flowing team move, and Arsenal do hit 4 in the first half at Meadow Park. Boreham Wood 0, Arsenal 4.
But it started with Smith Rowe and his intervention on the left. Good defensive work from him. Lacazette made progress down the right, and as we see there, just wonderful technique from Reece Nelson. The cross was slightly deflected into his path, but so cool to bring it down in his chest. And then the volley into the top corner. That first touch set it up, and the keeper did well to get anything on that.
Yeah, Lacazette's cross took a tiny deflection which was to dispossess Maitland-Niles. He didn't like that. He was charging back himself to try and win the ball back, didn't do so. Here is Ferrier up against Socrates. He's still going, is Ferrier. That could have easily been a goal as well. Just ended up splitting Murta and Balanta, did Morgan Ferrier. But it's end-to-end because here come Arsenal on the counter-attack. Aubameyang to Lacazette. Surely Lacazette will go himself this time and score with effortless ease. And Alexandre Lacazette is up and running for the new season as well. It's 5 for the Gunners under Unai Emery in his first game in charge. A sweeping counter-attack finished brilliantly. Boreham Wood 0, Arsenal 5.
Very calm, very cool finish from Lacazette. And incredibly, it could have been a goal for a number 9 at one end, with Ferrier giving a problem to Socrates, but it's a number 9 goal at the other end. Unselfish play again, this time from Aubameyang.
Here's Socrates. Oh, delightful ball from Nelson to Maitland-Niles, cuts inside his man. Nelson gets there. Will it fall for Lacazette? It nearly does. It's almost a comedy moment as players tumble left, right and centre. It just wouldn't sit for either Maitland-Niles or Lacazette. Arsenal have denied a 6th, just. Perez is hungry for the ball and chased it down and kept it in play. Did well, Lucas Perez. Jeffrey and Adelaide again. Another player who went away on loan and has come back to the club with his future a little bit up in the air. And there is number 5, number 6. He's been scored by Eddie Nketiah. We talk about the predatory ability that the young striker has. Just ghosted into the near post. The chance didn't even appear to be on. Nketiah took it in the blink of an eye. Boreham Wood 0, Arsenal 6.
And it's all about having a striker's instinct. He's in at the near post, he's gambled, he's taken the gamble, run across the defender. And that's a lovely touch just to get it in at the near post. The keeper would want to do better there. And credit to Lucas Perez. So this is all about, there'll be some rust.
Nketiah to Perez to Ren Adelaide. This is a promising move. Adelaide running at Ricketts. Beating Ricketts, that's a much better save from McHale. Replacement keeper for the second half. He done better a few minutes ago this time. He did well. Arsenal still hungry for a 7th though. Great turn from Ramsey. Mkhitaryan cries of shoot from the crowd around us. Arsenal fans in their row in front of us. Intensely. So again Arsenal go for number 7, Perez this time with the shot deflected just wide.
Well, shots flying in on the Boreham Wood goal. Mkhitaryan this time making the space for Lucas. That's a firm strike, takes a deflection. And earlier on, 2, 3, or 4 or 5, we spoke to some of the fans before this game. So many names in the frame. Someone even mentioned Lichtsteiner.
Here's Kolasinac for a moment, who does very well indeed. Oh, Ramsey decided to have the shot. Nketiah was waiting to pounce as well. Took it first time. Straight at McHale. Ramsey not a... barely even knocked him back. And Adelaide, slightly fortuitous getting the ball through to Nketiah. Good ball over the top. Was that handball from Ramsey? It is a goal, but as Aaron tried to chest it down, it just flicked his arm.
Yes, his arm was out to the left.
Mkhitaryan thought about a shot for a second there. He was shaping up a curling effort. Good block from Chambers. Almost one-touch football. Perez to Ramsey to Ren Adelaide. Jeffrey Adelaide! What a strike from the Frenchman, back at the club and back in business in terms of goals. He's hungry for a future. Boy, did he show it there with a super finish from distance. Jeffrey Adelaide's first of pre-season. Wood 0, Arsenal 7.
Well, it's a venomous finish. It's got to be 25 yards out. Only one thing on his mind, takes aim, unerring into the bottom corner. Spell in Ligue 1 last season, so maybe another loan spell beckons for him. But before that, he can really make a mark on this pre-season.
Oh, not too far away from another. Nearly 2 goals in 2 minutes from Men Adelaide. Just lent back. Oh, lovely back heel from Nketiah, and that's a sensational goal from Henrik Mkhitaryan. His first of pre-season. Played with a barnstorming run, an impudent back heel, and a cultured finish. Boreham 0, Arsenal 8.
Pass from Kolasinac, just a little flick, wasn't it, from Nketiah? And Mkhitaryan arrows one into the bottom corner. Just a flick here from Nketiah, just kept the ball on course for Mkhitaryan's right foot.